Hey, Screwed On Guru, you all. I'm going to tell you why in this video, why you need to draft Juju Smith Shuster. Stay tuned to figure out why. So let's take a look at what Juju has done here in his first 2 years in the league. This is his third year he's going into here. All right, 2017 was his rookie season. He played 14 games. He started 7 of them. He caught 58 out of 79 targets for 917 yards and 7 touchdowns, with a 97-yarder being his long. And that's a heck of a rookie season there. For only starting 7 games and only playing in 14, 58 out of 79 targets, 917 and 7 touchdowns. Them are huge numbers for a rookie. All right, now let's look at last year, 2018. He played 16 games. He only started 13 of them. He caught 111 passes out of 168 targets for 1,426 yards, 7 touchdowns, and also had another 97-yard long touchdowns. So that's huge numbers. That's 111 catches for 1,426 yards and 7 touchdowns, and we still had AB on the other side of the field. Now let's look at what AB did. AB caught 104 passes out of 168 targets for 1,297 yards and 15 touchdowns. Now them are huge touchdowns, but as you can see, AB was actually targeted 2 more times than Juju and caught 7 less passes than Juju. But they both they both were over 1,000 yards. AB almost got to 1,300, and Juju was over 1,400. Now, what I want to get out here is that everybody's really worried about, Juju not having AB over there taking the double team, and a lot of pressure is going to be on Juju to step up, and a lot of people's counting him out. And, I think that's bizarre, because we look at Ben Roethlisberger. AB, without having a solid threat on the other side, has been the #1 receiver every year in the league pretty much. Okay, most receivers don't really come into their own and break out into their 3rd year in the league. Okay, this is Juju's 3rd year, and he pretty much broke out his rookie season and double broke out again last year. The sky's the ceiling for this guy. They didn't let AB go for no reason. This is Ben Roethlisberger's #1 target. He had 166 targets last year, while AB had 168. Now they got James Washington, Dontel Moncrief. I really like Ryan Switzer, like I talked about, but he's coming off ankle surgery. They got Vance McDonald in the slot. They got Eli Rogers coming back off some injuries. But, it's clear as day that Juju is going to be his #1 target. There was a game last year where Juju actually had 19 targets in the game, and AB played in the game with him. So to get 19 targets while AB's out there with you, that's pretty huge. And another game there, if you've seen the game that Pittsburgh lost to Denver, Roethlisberger had thrown to Juju a couple times there at the end of the game, trying to get the touchdown at the end of the game, get the win. And he threw to him 3 times in a row. And on the 4th play, he didn't throw to him. And after the game, what he told everybody was, he says, "I wish I would have went to Juju all 4 downs." Juju all 4 downs. That's serious confidence right there. And just to say that while AB's on your team, no wonder he wanted out of town. Juju's the man. He's going to get at least 160-something targets. Roethlisberger's top 2 guys between them, that's, 334 targets between the 2 of them guys. So, Juju was right there with him last year. There's no way he's going to get any less than 160 targets this year. And with Moncrief and Washington and these other guys not quite, having as much field experience as Smith Shuster does, I could see him possibly getting 200 targets. And I know that sounds a little outrageous, but I'm really seeing the 170 to 180 targets all day long. And, Juju Smith Shuster, he's going to be a top 5 receiver. And a lot of these people are just kind of pushing him down, and it's time to wake up, smell the coffee, you guys. There's no way that, he's not a top 6 to 8 receiver all day long, but the sky's the limit with the guy. Most people, 3rd-year receivers, I'll give you a reference for some 3rd-year receiver breakout guys. Like you look at Kenny Galladay, Tyler Boyd, Mike Williams, all these guys. These are 3rd-year breakout guys. You don't just come into the league as a wide receiver and just come out there and run routes right and understand how to run option routes with the quarterbacks. What it's all about is you got to be able to just come out and have you an option tree route where you're going to go straight and you're going to cut off to the slant, you're going to go to the post, you're going to go to the out, you're going to cut it back for a comeback or a dig. And good receivers, that's what they do on every play, is that they have a route tree to where they come out and they're going to start the route out the same, running about 5 yards downfield, and depending on what the coverage is around them where it's collapsing, they have to make their move off of where the coverage is at. And the thing is they got to be on the same page with the quarterback, and they got to see what in the coverage, what the quarterback sees in the coverage, and they got to split that route off the right way. And Juju Smith Shuster and Big Ben are on the same page. And he's going to have a huge year here, fellas. And I've owned him the last 2 years, and last year was really close there. He probably would have had 2,000 yards last year if Antonio Brown wouldn't have started crying after the first couple of weeks, no offense. And, you know, Antonio Brown's one of the greatest receivers of all time, but it's clear as day that he's got, what, 6 years in a row with 100 catches, and he feels Juju coming on strong, and he wanted to get out of town. He's got records he's setting, and he wants his next year in a row with 100 catches, and good luck to you, AB, over there with Derek Carr throwing you the ball. I'm a Raiders fan. I hope you get your 100 catches. But it's going to be a lot harder to get 100 catches from him than it is from being Roethlisberger. You know, he kind of burned the bridge there, too, which, you know, I'm kind of familiar with doing that myself. I got a habit of doing that. But Juju Smith-Schuster, man, we really need to watch out on you guys. I mean, like I said last year, 166 targets for him and 168 for AB. And the thing is that AB was only double-teamed on 8.9% of the plays, and Juju was double-teamed on 0.9% of the plays. So it's not like AB was getting double-teamed 50% of the plays and Juju was running wide open. And another thing I really like about it is I thought that with AB going, Smith-Schuster was going to have to go out and play a lot more outside receiving routes, because last year he played over half of his routes in the slot. And the thing is he's still going to run some outside receiving routes, but I think they're going to be able to get him in the slot a little bit. That's why they picked up Moncrief, because he's a good deep threat outside receiver. And James Washington, you know, he's inexperienced. He's a little green. He didn't come along like Juju Smith-Schuster and come out in the league as a rookie and just be able to do everything and look good doing it. You know, that's pretty rare. Juju Smith-Schuster stepped in the league. First 2 seasons, 917 yards, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns both seasons. That's pretty rare out of a rookie. You know, it usually takes 2 or 3 years for a rookie starts learning how to run them routes properly, learning how to find the open spots and where to sit down in coverage at. And, you know, Juju learned that in his first year. That's really rare. And he did learn from one of the best of all time, Antonio Brown. But, you know, Antonio's gone now. And AB, you know, Antonio's gone now. And he taught Juju a lot. And the thing is, Roethlisberger, he's going to be looking for Juju. He ain't got AB anymore. So, you know, that's his #1 guy out there now. And he's going to know he's going to be able to beat the double team. You know, because you try to double team a guy here, but as long as you're running them option routes properly, you know, you have cornerback on him short, and you got safety over the top. As long as you're running the right option routes in and out, all you got to do is cut that route off the right way, and then you don't push the safety out of the play because he's respecting your speed over the top. You've had 97-yard touchdown each of the last 2 seasons, and you don't want to get stiff-armed out there either. So he's backing up, you know, giving the space over the top, and all you got to do is cut it off. So, you know, you can beat a double team. It's not like you're just running straight downfield with 2 guys holding your hands on each side. You know, there's multiple ways to beat a double team. Well, I really like Smith-Schuster. I don't think y'all should fade on him. I'm not saying that you should draft him as, you know, I mean, me, myself, I do. I'm taking him over AB. I could see you taking Hopkins and Adams, both of them 2 over him. And I could see you taking Michael Thomas and Julio Jones maybe over him. But after that right there, once you get to Odell Beckham and Juju Smith-Schuster, to me right there, I mean, I'd rather have Juju, really. And if you see my other receiving ranks, I had Odell at 3, and I still really like him as a top 6 receiver. But, man, you know, Juju just being head and shoulders the #1 target on that team above everybody else, and having Big Ben who knows how to find his #1 receiver. So I'm gonna bank on that. And I got a lot of confidence. I got a lot of faith in Juju. And I think y'all start believing him a little bit here too, because, you know, he hasn't done anything to show us that he's not a great receiver in this league yet. You know, you don't just come to town as a rookie and come out of the gates flashing, flying, look good your first 2 years and send a guy like AB packing if you're not a hell of a football player. So I appreciate y'all, and don't be scared to take him as that top 5, top 6 receiver. You know, when a lot of people, don't be scared to take him, guys. I'm telling you right now. You know, I don't care what everybody else is saying. You want to hear the truth, you hear it right here. I'm telling you right now. Don't let somebody else get Juju Smith-Schuster. Take him in the top 5.